this story called the Jade Master. This master of Jade is on the other side of the mountain. This young man, he's doing everything he can to, entertain himself, find his place in the world. And he says, you know what? I'm going to do better in life. I'm going to get a career, and I'm going to go be a Jade Master. So I'm going to go to the Jade Master's house and ask him to teach me. So he journeys a long way, gets there, finally gets an answer from the door. This old man comes to the door, says, hello, how can I help you? He says, I want to learn Jade. Jade Master smiles, says, come on in. Invites him into his own home. They sit down. He makes him a cup of tea. They start talking about things that have nothing to do with Jade. But before he gets comfortable in the chair, the old man presses a piece of green stone in his hand and tells him to hold on to it. He starts talking to him about things that the young man feels like this is foolishness. Much like many of you do when I'm talking like this, or I'm doing the dry parts of my lectures in video or in Twitter Spaces. You zone that out. And what's actually happening is the teacher that knows better, that knows how the student should learn, and also to test the student aptitude, respect, and the ability to follow instructions. He's testing the first thing that's going to fold, which is patience. So he starts talking to him because he came to him for wisdom. So the wisdom, the first ingredient of success, is patience. He's going to test this young man. Now, he's came there to learn how to do what? Master Jade. You can't understand how to master Jade until you know what it is. So the young man doesn't even appreciate the fact that he's been placed in a very comfortable setting with a master who has given his time and placed a piece of real jade in his hand. But he thinks he's supposed to be doing something. He came there. He walked a long way. I watched a lot of your fucking videos, ICT. I have notes. I got notebooks. I got all that shit. Stop talking to me about this dumb shit. Tell me how the market really works. Give me my entry pattern. Give me my setup. Where's my stop loss? How do I know when the fair value gaps stay open? And as soon as the young man's impatience wears thin on his first visit, he says, listen, I came here to learn about Jade. I don't care about the bullshit you're talking about. With all due respect, master, cut the bullshit. Show me how to do Jade. To which the young man waits for this new flood of information. The old man stands up, walks over to him, asks for the stone back, puts it in the tin on the shelf, and tells him to go home. Come back in a week. The young man's like, what the hell just happened here? And he escorts him to the door, and he goes home and spends a week away from him. Week comes back, knock on the door, young man greets him at the door, the old man smiles, says, come on in. Once again, places that jade in his hands, and he sits down, he starts talking to him about shit that has nothing to do with Jade again. This time, the young man lets him go on a little bit, but then, same impatience, interrupts him. Listen, I don't think you understand. I don't care about the shit you're talking about. I came here to learn about Jade. Same thing. Man stands up, asks for the piece of Jade back, puts it back in the tin, tells him, go home, come back in a week. Young man does it. Comes back, third week. He sits down. Guy says, listen, grab that broom over there and sweep this area of the house while I tell you about tree frogs. Well, that was it. Guy's like, listen, I don't give a fuck about tree frogs. I didn't come here to clean your fucking house. Here, this is the last time I'm going to ask you. Teach me about Jade. Master goes into him, says, hand me the rock, puts it back in the tin, tells him go home, come back in a week. The guy comes back the next week, frustrated, but now nervous. He doesn't interrupt him. But he says to him, listen, I've listened to all your stories this time and I didn't interrupt you. But I don't feel like I've learned anything about Jade. The old man gets up, walks over to another tin on a shelf, reaches in, grabs a rock, and tosses it to the young man. The young man catches it in the air, grabs it. He goes, "Tell me about that jade." He goes, "This isn't jade." And the old man smiles. See, you're learning right now by holding jade. My experience, you can't appreciate it because you can't use it yet. That young man held on to a piece of genuine jade. And the master was teaching him patience and teaching him also the whole time what real jade is in his hand. And the moment he felt that he wasn't learning shit, challenged the man. He submitted to the process, but still had a question of, do I really know anything after doing this? I told myself the whole walk here. Every time I went home, sent home early. Next time I come back here, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And this time I submitted to everything you said. I listened to your stories and I still don't feel like I've learned anything about jade. And when he tossed him a rock that was green but wasn't real jade, he knew exactly at that moment he was not holding real jade. So when you're looking at these price charts and I'm talking to you, over time, you're going to know where these moves are really not unfolding and when they're likely to really unfold. You're going to see real jade in the chart. You're going to see it. You're going to identify it. You'll know it's there because you've been holding it every day for months. But so many of you are that impatient young man or young woman, and you want it your way, delivered the way you want to hear it. And the people that know how to do things, we know how to teach it. We know how you're going to learn it. And certain things need to be experienced. Not taught in a book, not shown in a video. You have to put your nose in it. You have to handle it. You have to fondle it and feel like, okay, this might work, and then it doesn't work. Okay, I got my hands and eyes all over this, and it doesn't work. What do you feel from that? The story never goes into detail about what that young man was doing with that piece of jade in his hand, but you know damn well he was doing what? He was fidgeting with it. The master knew that. He would be grinding his thumb against that rock, thinking, I want to strangle this old motherfucker. He will not stop talking about fucking tree frogs. This guy won't stop talking about the bullshit in his personal life. We don't care about Michael's personal life. Tell me about order blocks. Tell me about fair value gaps. Tell me what the algorithm's going to do. I'm showing you what the algorithm's going to do. And you're squeezing and grinding your patience against these candlesticks as I'm taking you through it, just like that young man did with his fingers and palms of his hand, probably sweating too, grinding that piece of jade in his hand because his impatience was wearing on him. But all the while he toiled in that impatience, the master knew that he would understand what jade feels like because of that experience. Because that jade master was in that seat before, just like he was. That's how he was taught. And every jade master is taught the same way. And over time, less and less the young man interrupted. That's the abbreviated version of the real Jade Master. The story is, shut the fuck up, show up every day, take notes. You're going to learn what you're going to learn. But you're going to hold yourself up, worrying about shit that has nothing to do with anything. You're learning patience. Tape reading is teaching you patience. It's teaching you how to observe what the algorithm is doing. It's not realistic for you to know what the algorithm is going to do right now.